And in her eyes you see nothing, no sign of love behind the tears cried for no one, a love that should have lasted years. Today we're going to learn how to play For No One by the Beatles. And this song is a great song. I've got a cover of it on streaming under the music of Eric B. And that's Eric just spelled with a K, E-R-I-K. So check that out. Let's get into it. So the intro. Your day breaks, your mind aches. You find that all her words of kindness linger on when she no longer needs you. So, and that's just basically the whole verse, the one whole verse. So to start out, put your thumb on B on the left hand. On the right hand, you're going to put your thumb on F sharp, your middle finger on B, and your pinky on D. And the first progression goes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if we go to the next chord, so here you have your pointer on the A sharp on the left hand. Right hand, we're changing the chord slightly. So we got thumb on F sharp. We got A sharp with the middle finger. And we got the D sharp with the pinky. So all you're changing is the third finger from B to A sharp. So the first two chords. And actually I'm going to my pointer on the A sharp now. Let's go to the next chord. Alright, so here you have your third finger on G sharp on the left hand. On the right hand, we're going to have G sharp minor. So that's G sharp with the thumb, B with the middle finger, and D sharp with the pinky. Let's do those first three chords a few times. Now we're ready to move on. So here I have my fourth finger on F sharp. Right hand is actually the first chord you played, so it's F sharp with the thumb, B with the middle, and D sharp with the pinky. So that's the very first chord you played. So far we've got Let's move on to the next chord. So for this one, I have my pinky on E on the left hand. The right hand, I have E major, which is going to be E with the thumb, G sharp with the pointer, and B with the fourth finger. Then last chord. Left hand is going to be A with the thumb. Right hand is E with the thumb. A with the middle finger, and C sharp with the pinky. And then we go back to the beginning. So let's just practice that progression a few times here. And then there's going to be a little addition here. So on your left hand, you're going to have your thumb on B, quickly going to F sharp with the pointer, quickly going to that B with the pinky. So and then back up. So a little transition between the first and the second verse. All right, let's play those first two verses. Your day breaks, your mind aches. Your day breaks, your mind aches. There will be times. No. See, I already forgot the lyrics. You find that all her words of kindness. That's what it is. Your day breaks, your mind aches. You find that all her words of kindness linger on when she no longer needs you. She wakes up, she makes up, she takes her time and doesn't feel she has to hurry. She no longer needs you. All right, that's the first two verses. Now let's move on to the chorus. And in her eyes you see nothing, no sign of love behind the tears cried for no one, a love that should have lasted years. This is arguably the hardest part. So, and in her eyes, so I would start with putting my third finger on C sharp on the left hand here. And then on the right hand, we're going to have G sharp with the thumb, C sharp with the middle finger, and E with the pinky. And we're going to alternate between this G sharp with the thumb and these two, which is the C sharp with the middle and E with the pinky. So if you practice just these two by themselves and then the thumb just alternating by itself. So all right. So start with the middle finger on the C sharp. And in her eyes you see nothing. All right, so here we're moving our thumb to G sharp on the left hand. And then on the right hand, we're going to have G sharp with the thumb, D sharp with the middle finger, and F sharp with the pinky. And we're doing that same thing where we alternate with the thumb and the top two fingers. Let's just do those first two. And in her eyes, you see nothing. And in her eyes, you nothing, and in her eyes you see nothing, and in her eyes you see nothing. All right. Third chord is you're going to go back down to the C sharp with your middle finger. And on the right hand, you're going to move up again. So that is G sharp with the thumb, E with the middle finger, and G sharp with the pinky. You're kind of stretching here. So let's just do those three together, or at this, And in her eyes, you see nothing, no sign of, and in her eyes, you see nothing, no sign of, and in her eyes you see nothing, no sign of. All right, let's move on to the next part. So at full speed it sounds like, and in her eyes you see nothing, no sign of love behind the tears. Now the way I'm going to do it is, I've seen a couple other interpretations online that are more complicated, but I don't really think they sound any better, really, than using this simple way of playing it. No sign of. This is on of. So left hand D sharp with the pointer, and you're going to have your thumb on G sharp, your fourth finger on C sharp. No sign of, no sign of, no sign of, no sign of. All right, next chord, love. Left hand goes up to E with the thumb. Right hand is going to be G sharp with the thumb, and now the third finger is going to be on E. So let's do that up to there. No sign of love, no sign of love, no sign of love, no sign of love. Next one. No sign of love be. Left hand, F sharp with the middle finger. Right hand, G sharp with the thumb, and D sharp with the pointer. So in succession, it's no sign of, no sign of love, no sign of love be, no sign of love be, no sign of love be. All right, no sign of love behind. So on hind, we're gonna have G sharp with the pointer on the left hand. Right hand is gonna be G sharp with the thumb, and C sharp with the pointer. So let's go up to there. No sign of No sign of love behind. No sign of love behind. This last part is pretty easy. The tears. So left hand is going to be C with the left hand. Right hand is G sharp with the thumb and C with the pointer. And just going up to the C sharp on both hands. So pointer on C sharp on the left hand and middle finger on C sharp on the right hand. So that's the hardest part, so of the whole thing. So no sign of love behind the tears. 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 All right, that's you gotten through the hardest part. And then just this. So left hand, F sharp with the middle finger. Right hand, F sharp with the thumb. B with the middle finger. And then on the right hand going to F sharp with the thumb and A sharp with the pointer. So that's the whole song. I'm going to run through the whole thing here. Your day breaks, your mind aches, gosh, I keep forgetting. Your day breaks, your mind aches. You find that all her words of kindness linger on when she no longer needs you. She wakes up, she makes up, she takes her time and doesn't feel she has to hurry. She no longer needs you, and in her eyes you see nothing. Eyes, you see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears. Cried for no one. Cried for no one. A love that should have lasted years. Forgot one thing. So after you play this the first time, and in her eyes you see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears. Cried for no one. We're going to go back down to this. So I'm going to go third finger on G sharp. And then the right hand is going to be thumb on G sharp, middle finger on D sharp, and pinky on F sharp. And then back down. All right, now I'll play the whole thing. Your day breaks, your mind aches. You find that all her words of kindness linger on when she no longer needs you. She wakes up, she makes up, she takes her time and doesn't feel she has to hurry. She no longer needs you, and in her eyes you see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears. Cried for no one. A love that should have lasted years. You want her, you need her, and yet you don't believe her when she says her love is dead. You think she needs you. says that long ago she knew someone, but now he's gone, she doesn't need him. Your day breaks, your mind aches. There will be times when all the things she said will fill your head. You won't forget her, and in her eyes you see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears cried for no one. A love that should have lasted years. All right, and that's how you play For No One. Hope this was helpful. Again, I do have a cover of it on streaming under the music of Eric B. And hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time.